multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless, we will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Brave only got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Brave only's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Brave only's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, what's going on, good people? Shout out to the 16 people that were here at the top of the show. Thank y'all for coming through. I saw y'all, yes, indeed. Then went to 15 people, 10 people, 9 people, 6 people. Either way, glad to have all of you here. Child, you saw the thumbnail. You know my voice is damn it. You know why you're here. 10 people here now. Thank you so much. Glad to have all of you. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 destinations for you all this morning. Y'all, I saw the news over the weekend about Tasha K. Shout out to our mom. I swear, you know the Waze app. He could be a voice for Waze. Like, turn right here, turn left here. There's a detour. Armand, listen, get your bag on your voiceovers, okay? Anyway, Tasha K. We're gonna talk about that because she started GoFundMe for a problem she caused upon herself. We'll talk about that. B. Simone is trying it again with an apology to anyone and everyone for everything, and we're going to watch that apology live this morning. I saw the news over the weekend. Shout out to Samantha Uncut, a great content creator. Like, comment, share, subscribe to that beautiful sister there, about Rihanna's house being powed at. Yeah, we're going to talk about that because what the hell is wrong with you? Nobody should be powed at, by the way, okay? I think after the ICE situations that have happened, I think we have learned that we need power reform, you know what I mean? So, yes, indeed. Then after that, we're going to talk about the Essence Festival of Culture. They are moving forward. They do have some big acts on the way. We'll talk about that. Jasmine Crockett, she lost her election. Of course, Stephen A. Smith opened up his dumbass mouth after he's been flamed about going after her. But believe me, there will be more of a career for Jasmine Crockett than Stephen A. Smith because we all know he's only pivoting to politics because he ain't got nothing else in his career, okay? All right, moving on. Then, of course, Diana Hernandez, her artistic son, was in a situation that it needs to be talked about, and we will talk about that for sure. And then finally, Rashida Jones, she was the first African-American and the first African-American woman to run a cable news network, which was MSNBC, which is now called MS Now. Well, she has reappeared in the industry, but wait till you hear where she showed up. So with all that being said, let's make it do what it do because higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we got going on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. Shout out to the 13 people here. Thank you so much for being here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music too? Yes, you do. Because one thing to know and two things for sure that over here on this channel, a lot happens early. Rolling.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen.
I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Right now, this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you're starting it off right. But whenever you start the daylight, and a lot happens early. Can you feel it when I say?
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
Yes, it is a new morning. Julie Chen, Moon Vans, and to Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, and Harry Smith, Maggie Rodriguez. You're absolutely right on this channel right here. A lot happens early. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully all is well for each and every single one of you. Let's get to the getting and doing what we do because we have 7 destinations for you all. Y'all, we got to start off with Tasha K. Oh, my Lord Jesus, y'all. Shout out to Crash Files and Karmic Resolution, 2 great YouTube channels there. And I have to tell you, I listened to the whole response of Tasha K's Twitter Spaces, and oh my God, the people that were on the stage saying screw this, that, and the third. Ciao. Y'all do realize, right, that there is a huge possibility that y'all could give all this money to her, right? As big, bad, and bold as y'all were talking, because all y'all do is talk. You're all talk, no bite, okay? You do realize y'all could give her all this money, and then Cardi B and them will still say, no, we want the money from her pockets. You do realize that, right? But okay, child, let's get into it, because I'm just... Oh, my God. Okay, here we go, everybody. This is from MediaTakeout.com, everybody. Here we go. I guess this is Mia Takeout's words, not mine, okay? Tasha K starts GoFundMe today to pay off Cardi B, and it's flopping. Tasha K launches GoFundMe to pay Cardi B $3.5 million judgment. The legal drama between Tasha K and Cardi B is heating up again, and this time it looks like Cardi's legal team is turning up the pressure. Sorry, y'all. It's turning up the pressure now. Listen, here we go. As many fans remember, Tasha K was hit with a massive $3.5 million defamation judgment after a jury ruled that her claims about Cardi B were false and damaging. So this is the $3.5 million problem, okay? Since losing the case, Tasha has continued posting videos online where she mocked Cardi B and joked about not paying the judgment. According to sources speaking with Mia Takeout, Cardi's lawyers are now aggressively moving to collect the money. Cardi's team comes after Tasha. Hey, 5 people, welcome and glad to have you here. Insiders say Cardi's attorneys have recently taken steps to intensify the enforcement of the judgment, meaning Tasha can face additional legal consequences if the debt remains unpaid. That pressure appears to have pushed Tasha into a new strategy. Tasha K starts a fundraiser. In a surprising move, Tasha has now launched a GoFundMe campaign asking her supporters to help pay the multi-million-dollar judgment. I'm sorry, y'all. My brain is just thinking through so much of other situations where GoFundMe's have appeared, been misused, and been abused. Okay, child. But moving on. But they ain't got the money. They can't get an interview. You know, if a tree falls in the middle of the woods, does anybody hear it? If somebody posts something to social media, does anybody give a fuck about it? That would be a no. Moving on. Oh my God. You know, I'm like this. If you really don't like somebody, why don't you just let go? That's almost like drinking the poison and hoping that they get poisoned. Y'all do realize for some of y'all are closer to the grave to die than at the cradle will start life to become somebody important. But hey, listen, what do I know though, right? I'm just a 31-year-old black man talking on YouTube. Let's keep going, child. This is a lot right here. Let's keep going. For years, many of you have asked me to start a fundraiser to help me pay off the judgment against me, Tasha wrote. I have always refused because I believe it was my responsibility to handle it on my own. But after many conversations with you all, I'm finally listening. I'm just trying to think. Like, I know she got like TashaKLive.com, but like, does she have like a Zoom group that she like talks to her fan council or something? And that's where she's had that's where she has had conversations with those people. thought that was a Mickey Mouse rating, by the way, y'all, from Enzo Ratings. Shout out to Enzo Ratings, by the way. She explained that the goal of the fundraiser is to pay down the debt and move forward. The fundraiser is being created for one purpose only, to pay down the judgment debt so I can close this chapter and move forward without the constant legal distractions. Will fans help? The internet reaction has been mixed. So far, she's raised around $6,000, so it's not clear that she'll get there. Now, some supporters say they are willing to contribute to help the blogger recover for what they view as a crushing legal penalty. When you say, I'm going to wipe my ass with this cease and desist, I mean, those are her words, right? I mean, what you want me to do? Others argue that because the case involved defamatory statements, it's Tasha's responsibility to pay the judgment herself. I think that's where the majority of opinions are. I think that what ends up happening, and let me say this on the big screen real quick. What ends up happening sometimes is when you can't stand a person, you'll connect to a person that can't stand that person, right? We've seen what happens with Milagro-grams. People who can't stand Meg attach themselves to Milagro. Look at how Milagro ended up. People who couldn't stand Nicki Minaj attached themselves to Nosy Ho, and you saw how Nosy Ho ended up. Although I do believe Nosy Ho is doing a victory lap on Nicki Minaj now, with everything that's going on with her. And of course, you know, there are other people that are attaching themselves to people because they hate other people, but yet they don't have a reason to hate them. The only reason why they hate them is because of what that person is saying, a very framed point of view. And because of that framed point of view, you are giving all your hate to them. You know, the reason why some fan bases are toxic is not just because of the fans that are supporting that person, but it is because of the person controlling the conversation. Just keeping it a buck. Because it's mighty funny how people can talk big mad about other people, but when actual facts come out, then you want to be big mad. So you want to be upset by people using their First Amendment right to speak out on you. But yet, you feel like you can speak out on somebody, no one has the right to respond to you. So it's cool when you do it, but it ain't cool when other people do it, right? And listen, with Tasha K, child, you did what you did. Like, and, you know, one of the people said on Tasha K's, you know, Twitter Spaces that, you know, it was actually very commendable that she did not ask her fans to do it for a long time. And I agree with that. But also, too, it's her responsibility. Like, you don't get participation trophies for doing the right thing. That's what you're supposed to do. Let's continue. So Cardi's legals reverse rewind it back. My brain is still waking up. Good morning to all of you. It's nice to see you here, hey people. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Glad to have all you here. Cardi's legal win. Cardi's legal win, damn it, still stands for Cardi B. The case was a major legal victory that reinforced the seriousness of spreading false claims online. Whether Tasha K supporters will raise enough money to significantly reduce the judgment remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. That $3.5 million bill is not going away anytime soon. And I do agree with that. I think that while this card is an understandable card, if Cardi B says, I do not want it from the fans, I want it from Tasha, then that GoFundMe is null and void. Now, I'm not suggesting people report Tasha case, go fund me if they feel something's wrong. I'm not saying to drag her. I'm not saying that she's a liar, right? I'm not saying any of that. I don't want any of that to happen. But child, you do realize, right? Like you're not in control of this judgment. And all Cardi's legal team has to do, like I said, is can Tasha actually go about it in this way from the fans? If you can, great. But if you can't, yeah, you got to give that $3.5 million back to the fans, right? So we'll see. We'll see. And by the way, here is the latest update on the GoFundMe. So as you can see, $7,881 out of $3.5 billion. Now I will say this: if Tasha can pull this off, this will be a very historic win, right? Because social capital creates financial capital, right? How people view you is how people can invest in you, right? But Amar Wiggins said something very powerful. He said, listen, even if you get this done, your brand is not the same. That's just like Milagro Graham. She's big and bad that Amar Wiggins was on a list for Hot 97, and then Milagro wanted to say the list was fake. Well, either way, whether it was a fake list or a real list, you still got upset that your name wasn't on it. But that's because you did what you did. See, there are rewards and consequences for what you do. If you promote a deep fake, an AI deep fake adult video, and you say that you're not a journalist, and you say I ain't changing nothing, sue my ass, and then she sued your ass and won, you can't be upset by it. Like literally one of the people in one of your recent lives, which I played here on Brainless Virtual Tour Live, said, talk about your lawsuit, and you got big mad. Child, you did what you did, Milagro-grams. And Tasha, you can't be mad at everybody else, child, for talking about you. Like, this is your mess. Sorry. Child, if she pulls it off, I'll let you know about it, but I'll put it like this. At least she's getting closer to $10,000. But also, too, you gotta recognize though, her fans are pretty much everyday people, right? And if we look at the donations here, as y'all saw, her top donation is $150. That's her top donation. Now, she did say the CEO of Now That's TV wanted to just pay for it, had the money on the table, and they rejected it. That's their right to reject it. They want the money to come from you. This is your consequence. Okay? So let's roll on, everybody. Speaking of people with their money issues, B. Simone, right? B. Simone said that she made $1 million a month. If that's the case, I'm married to Jill Scott, okay? Which that's not true because her name would be Jill Scott Lee. Jill Lee, Miss Lee, if you nasty, if that was the case. But with that being said, for B. Simone, right? She had a journal. She stole that from somebody. She pivoted to God content, this, that, and the third. And she went from $1 million a month down to $10,000 a month, right? And, you know, the Will You Be My Boyfriend, which was more of a publicity stunt for her finding love on the Zeus network. And y'all know what Zeus does, which they do shitty content. By the way, rollingout.com, there are plenty of other women that should get the Women's History Month assignment. and cover than Nally Nunn. Nally Nunn has not done anything for women at all. She said, I quote, bow your heads and pray to the bad gods and slap that bitch. That's a woman to y'all? That's a woman to y'all. That is a woman to y'all. I believe Jasmine Crockett deserves the cover. Not Nally Nunn. But hey, that's who they believe is a woman. In the words of Niles the Butler, played by Daniel Davis from Arkansas, shout out to him. He said a very iconic line, I will say it now. In the words of Nally Nunn, we're still waiting for the DNA results. It was a sitcom line. Don't get mad at me. You saw the thumbnail. You know my voice, and damn it, you know why you're here. Now let's watch the apology from B. Simone.
I want to apologize. I want to publicly apologize to the internet, to God, to anybody. I want to apologize. I want to publicly apologize to the internet, to God, to anybody that I offended, anybody that I've hurt with my words, maybe on the mic, or maybe my opinions, or maybe me saying something out of like a response or flesh instead of truly letting it marinate in the Holy Spirit and let him speak through me. When I started this platform, I was in a really dark space. A part of me starting LTTA was to prove that I could stand on my own, or prove that y'all aren't going to keep me down, or prove that I'm going to have a podcast. It's going to be successful. It's going to be the number one podcast in the world. I'm B. Simone. Y'all ain't going to keep me down for long. And I can't say at the beginning of this, my relationship was as strong with God as it is now. So at the beginning of this, yes, I made a lot of mistakes. Yes, there was a lot of bleeding on the internet. Yes, I was so broken when I started LTTA. And I'm just so grateful that I can publicly say this. I can publicly take accountability. I'm glad God is shifting my heart. I'm so different, and God is working on me, and he just chose me to be worked on publicly. So y'all are going to constantly see me fall. Y'all are going to constantly see me sway and bend and break, but y'all are going to constantly see me get up. Let's try this again.
Okay. So, first of all, this sounds sincere, right? I have often said actions are how people know you, and how you carry yourself is how people remember you. That's the first thing. Number two, just because you act God doesn't mean that people are going to accept you, right? Because you cannot blame your flesh when you made that decision, right? Now, we all know that everybody has been in a state where they've done things that they should not have, all of us, including myself, okay? But in the same token, I do believe that people will come to you and support you more genuinely with honey of you owning it than vinegar of you cloaking it with God. Just being honest. And when you create a platform from the space of I'm going to prove you wrong, y'all ain't going to keep me down, this, that, and the third, your heart posture, in the words of Melody Cherie, your heart posture, it wasn't correct for the platform. So of course, people are not going to agree with the platform when you're not moving in the correct fashion. People are not going to agree with the platform if you're not moving in the correct fashion. People are not going to agree with the platform if you're not moving the right direction, right? So I saw the comments, right? And I saw most of them were positive, right? I saw a couple people say, you need to apologize to your friend Megan. For those of you who don't know Megan, she, got a huge opportunity. And B. Simone said that I should have been the one to give you the opportunity. And then she talked, and then also too, B. Simone talked about, that she had to go to, HSM and everything else, right? And it's just like, I think at this point, you need to showcase through your actions. because people are not going to accept your words at this point. To me, I don't think people are going to accept B. Simone's words until actions are taken. That don't mean that B. Simone can't rise up again. I think also too, hopefully she has been humbled about her 9-to-5 comment. You remember when she said, "I don't want a dead man that has a 9-to-5 job." It's like, child, some people have done a 9-to-5 job to make it a Hollywood. I remember, I think it was Monique who said that she worked at Popeye's Chicken, right? And Monique, what you should have done with your fame when they did the Popeye sandwich commercial, y'all should have got the kid. Well, I know Yvette Wilson has passed away, so you couldn't get her. But y'all should have done a Parker's commercial with the Popeye's chicken sandwich. See, that's how you utilize your story to create some social capital that will in turn create financial capital. Like I said with B. Simone, I think she will be okay. It is very brave for her to come out. Like I said in my description box, which let me go to it now because I didn't know how I was going to do this because I have went hard on B. Simone before, but it was warranted. Okay, listen. Publicly, and she was in the group chat, so therefore we get to talk about her publicly. So I said here, let's see here. I have a lot of thoughts on this, but in the same token, I think responsibility along with the space of being open for accountability is important. So that's how I truly feel. Responsibility along with accountability. Responsibility along with accountability. Responsibility along with accountability. That's how we move forward. Burger Sleuth, appreciate this. Jesus is the truth. Hell is real. We all sin. He died on the cross to pay for our sins, was buried and rose again on the third day. Put your faith in him alone to save you. Trust in him, what he did for you. Thank you for that. Listen, I agree with all of that. But I also agree, too, that we are human. We do make mistakes, but just because we make mistakes doesn't mean we should be thrown away. Now, I know what Milagro is going to say. Well, you just went in on my ass. Milagro, the reason why I went in on your ass is because you were being a hypocrite about being mad about Deion Cole making fun of Nicki Minaj when you said, I quote, if you make a joke about me not being able to pay for my attorney, I might retweet that shit. So people can make fun of you, but nobody can make fun of Nicki Minaj. That's different. Okay? All right? Moving on. And I go back to Issa Rae's words when she said, I'm rooting for everybody black. I wonder if that includes Amanda Seales or not. So, speaking of celebrities, y'all, let's talk about Rihanna. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Shout out to RollingOut.com, celebrating 25 years on to the next 25 years now. I know what I said about Natalie Nunn, and I stand on business with that. But RollingOut.com and Rolling Out Magazine has produced some great content, right? Just next time, get somebody that actually deserves the honor, because I feel like that was paid by Zeus. Linnell Plum was like, hey, could you please put Natalie Nunn on the cover of RollingOut.com for, Women's History Month, because Baddies is failing, Natalie's an abuser, and we don't care about women, but we need a good look so we can, somewhat seem relevant when we really are non-existent to people. That was paid by Zeus and Linnell Plummer. I'm just keeping it a book with y'all. So anyway, moving on. Let's go over to Rihanna now. Here we go. So Rihanna was home when POW fire hit Beverly Hills mansion. A 30-year-old woman opened fire from her vehicle toward the pop star's property, with at least one penetrating a wall before the suspect fled the scene. So trigger warning for everybody on this story here, this destination rather. Rihanna was inside her Beverly Hills home on Sunday afternoon when a woman opened fire on the property, sending at least 10 rounds toward the celebrity mansion before fleeing the scene in Los Angeles. Police responded to the report at 1:21 p.m. and took a 30-year-old female suspect into custody. No injuries report as a result of the incident, though at least one round penetrated a wall of the residence, according to a law enforcement source who spoke with the Los Angeles Times. Los Angeles Police Department Sergeant Jonathan De Vera confirmed that the suspect fired multiple rounds inside her vehicle toward the home, which is located in the post office neighborhood of Beverly Hills. Radio dispatch audio from the incident indicated that approximately 10 pounds were fired from a vehicle parked across the street from the property's gate before the car, described as a white Tesla, fled southbound on Coldwater Canyon Drive. Of course, Elon Musk will have something to do with this fucking damn story. Of course he would. So what happened and how it unfolded? The sequence of events unfolded quickly on what would otherwise have been a remarkable Sunday. The suspect, whose identity has not been publicly released, remained inside her vehicle as she fired toward the gated property before attempting to escape. Officers responded quickly. The suspect was apprehended, though it was not immediately clear from available information how far she had traveled before taken into custody. The detail that Rihanna was home at the time makes the incident all more alarming. The pop star shares the colonial-style mansion with her husband. Wait, is Rihanna ASAP married? I thought they were married. Give me a moment. Is ASAP Rocky and Rihanna married? Okay, so no, they are not married. Okay, so my bad. The pop star reportedly shares the colonial style mansion with her partner, rapper ASAP Rocky, and the couple's 3 young children, a daughter and 2 sons. It was not immediately confirmed whether Rocky or the children were present inside the home before the firing occurred. A high-profile target under a threatening threat. Rihanna is one of the most recognizable entertainers in the world for a career span more than 2 decades that has made her a global cultural figure well beyond the music industry. In recent years, she has spoken openly about the joy she finds in her role as a mother and her relationship with Rocky, and the couple has maintained a relatively private home life despite their extraordinary public profiles. The filing raises immediate questions about the security surrounding one of Hollywood's most prominent residences. Beverly Hills is among the most heavily patrolled and security conscious communities in the country, yet Sunday's incident demonstrated that even the most protected addresses carry vulnerability when a determined individual decides to act. A gated property, round-the-clock security measures, and a wealthy enclave did not prevent a woman from pulling up across the street and opening fire in broad daylight. Investigation ongoing. The LAPD has confirmed an active investigation into the incident. The suspect's motive has not been publicly disclosed, and authorities have not indicated whether she had any prior connection to Rihanna or her household. The fact that a round penetrated the wall of the mansion will likely justify the scrutiny of the case and may result in serious charges given the circumstances. Representatives for Rihanna have not issued a public statement at the time of publication. The investigation remains ongoing, and law enforcement sources indicate that additional details will be released as they become available. For now, rather, the most important fact is that nobody inside the home was physically harmed, though the psychological weight of such an incident, particularly for a household with young children, is difficult to overstate. So what do I think about this destination? Fuck that bitch that did the shit. Fuck her. In the words of Billy Porter, fuck her. Why would you do that? If it's not cool for Nicki Minaj to be swatted, it's not cool for Rihanna to be powed at. There it is. Like, come on, y'all. Like, sincerely. Now, can you not stand the person? Sure. But when you bring it to real life, that's crossing the line way too far. And that includes Cyber. stalking, bullying, and harassment. Okay, let's keep it a buck. I hope that Rihanna is okay. I hope her children are okay. I hope ASAP Rocky is okay. And by the way, y'all, we at this point, it's beyond people with mental health issues. People are going to do what they're going to do. I mean, for God's sake, Steve Scalise, when he got powed at, nobody wanted to do power for him. When the kids marched for their lives, I remember that scene in Town Hall where a kid asked Dana Loesch to give a fuck about children. She didn't want to give a fuck about children. January 6th, all the poundings in between. Shall I continue? It's fucking sad, it's disgraceful, it's beyond disrespectful that we don't have power for it. I mean, even Marjorie Taylor Greene and the NRA said, hang on with the Alex Treaty thing. Y'all were wrong on that. When those two have to say something, we have fucked up. Okay? All right? Good damn. I can't. Let's continue because there is more here. So, woman arrested after POWs fired at Rihanna's mansion. POW fire outside the singer's Los Angeles home sparks renewed concerns about celebrity safety. Hello, Gaming with Tristan. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. A quiet afternoon in Beverly Hills turned tense after a woman was arrested for allegedly firing multiple POW shots toward the home of global superstar Rihanna. Authorities say the incident unfolded Sunday, shortly after 1 p.m. in the upscale Beverly Crest neighborhood area known for its secluded estates and celebrity residents. Police were called to the scene. I am so sorry to hear that. Just know that that's another angel on the team. And the best way to honor your grandpa is to live right. And it is okay to be human in how you feel. So there it is there. All right, back to this, everybody. An area known for its secluded estates and celebrity residents. Police were called to the scene after reports of POW fire echoed through the residential streets. Dispatch audio indicated that the suspect fired about 10 rounds from inside a vehicle parked across the street from the property. At least one bullet struck the exterior wall of the home, while several others appeared to hit the gate or nearby structures. Officers from the Los Angeles Police Department arrived soon after the calls were made. Witness accounts helped authorities identify a vehicle believed to be connected to the powing. Police located the car as it left the neighborhood, quickly moved in. The suspect, described as a woman in her early 30s, was taken into custody. A short time later, investigators have not released her name. Authorities state the motive behind the powering remains unclear as the investigation continues. So this is a video here from KABC out in Los Angeles.
Breaking now at 11, multiple gunshots fired at Rihanna's home in Beverly Glen. Tonight, a woman is in custody in this shooting. I'm Joey Rand.
I'm Liz Nagy. Sources say the pop star was home at the time all of this happened. Investigators say at least one bullet went into the home, but fortunately no one was hurt.
And tonight, many are wondering, was the singer the target specifically of this shooting? Eyewitness News reporter Abigail Velez is live in Beverly Glen tonight with new details. Abigail.
Yeah, well, Jory, Liz, LAPD spent most of their day investigating this home right behind me. Private security coming in and out at this late hour. And this is usually a very quiet street, large homes tucked into the hills. But today, police say gunfire broke that calm. Air 7 overhead later spotted damage on this block. Several homes with bullet holes, including this home right behind me with at least 5.
EPR believes the shots came from across the street of the upper gate. The PR does not have visual. No further. Additional 1921.
LAPD dispatch audio describing the moments shots rang out in this quiet Beverly Glen neighborhood, hitting pop star Rihanna's LA mansion.
West LA unit, shooting just occurred. 10 gunshots fired from the vehicle.
Investigators say the gunfire came from a car across the street from the singer's mansion. Sources tell ABC News the weapon used appears to be an AR-style rifle. Air 7 later spotted damage on the block, with a bullet hole visible on this roof of a home, and this front gate seen with at least 5 shots through it. After those shots were fired, dispatchers later sent out a description of the suspect and the vehicle.
Suspect number 1 is a driver, female Hispanic, blonde hair, wearing a white shirt. Number 2, passenger. For the description of the passenger was wearing an additional on incident 1932. Suspect vehicle is a 2023 to 2024 Tesla 4-door with paper license plate.
Police say that Tesla fled the area, but an LAPD helicopter picked it up from the air, following it to the San Fernando Valley. About 30 minutes after the initial call, officers stopped the car in a shopping center parking garage in Sherman Oaks and arrested a 30-year-old woman. Investigators say the motive is still unclear, and they're still trying to determine whether the suspect even knew who lived in the home. Police say that woman is still in custody tonight, and they're working to find out what led up to the shooting. Now, if you remember, this is not the first time LAPD has investigated one of the singer's LA area homes. Back in 2018, LAPD was in her homes in the Hollywood Hills after a stalker was found inside of her home. Later on in that year, LAPD
hell
reports of a
no.
burglary. Rihanna is married to rapper A$AP Rocky. Together, they have 3 children.
Okay, they are
It's unclear
married.
if any
See,
of them
okay,
were
I
here
knew I
at
wasn't
the
off.
time of this shooting. Reporting live in Beverly Glen, Abigail Velez, ABC 7 Eyewitness
Thank
News.
you, Abigail Velez. Great job. Beautiful sister there. And not to mention, too, I feel for KABC and all the LA stations out there, because how do you report on this without reporting on where Rihanna lives at, right? So now Rihanna's home is basically all across the world, even though they did not show the street that she was on. The 4 numbers were showcased, and so I do send nothing but love, light, and prayers to Rihanna, A$AP Rocky, and her children. Nobody, whether you are an everyday person or a celebrity, should be going through that. You should be able to walk outside, enjoy the world, and be able to come back home and not have to worry if you're going to pass away because somebody is like a Miss Banshee-nosis or Mr. Banshee-nosis, okay, like Kanye West, and not know if you're going to make it home A-okay. Fucking damn shame. Rihanna inside the residence during the incident. Officials confirmed that Rihanna was reportedly inside the house at the time the POW fire occurred. The singer and business mogul who has maintained a residence in Los Angeles for years was unharmed. Police say no injuries were reported in connection with the powering. According to early information from investigators, the suspect may have used a rifle, which we heard was an AR-15. In that video there, while firing from inside the vehicle. Detectives later searched the area and recovered several shell casings from the street outside the property. One round penetrated part of the home's exterior wall, though most of the POWs appeared to strike the front gate or surrounding structures. Sources close to the situation said A$AP Rocky, Rihanna's partner and husband, was not at the house when the incident happened. It's not clear whether the couple's young children were present inside the residence at the time. Authorities have not indicated whether the suspect had any prior connection to the singer or her family. Past security incidents at Rihanna's property. The powering incident is the latest in a series of security scares tied to Rihanna's Los Angeles residence. In 2023, the singer's driver became the target of thieves who stole his vehicle while it was parked outside the property. The theft raised questions about safety around the high-profile home. Only days earlier that year, police had responded to the residence after a man drove from South Carolina to Los Angeles for plans to propose to the singer. Listen, I love me some Jill Scott, right? I really, really do. I call her Jill Scott, Jill Lee, Miss Lee if you're nasty, right? But in the same token, No, you don't do that shit. No. Just, oh God. Like I said, if you are Mr. Banshee-nosis or a Miss Banshee-nosis, go on an island. Make sure it's a one-way ticket and don't come back. Leave the rest of us the fuck alone. Okay? Please. Just, my Lord Jesus. And by the way, y'all, if y'all see anybody out here saying, well, my mental health, well, it was because of my mental health, at some point you have to take responsibility for what the fuck you do. You cannot utilize that. There was a whole white man with Tourette's that said the GR at an award show. No, we're not doing that shit. Disability, mental health, whatever the fuck, be responsible or shut the fuck up. Moving on. The man managed to approach the property before being stopped by members of the Rihanna security team. Staff contacted police and the individual was briefly detained. After questioning about his intentions, officers determined that he had not committed a crime. He was instructed to leave the area and was not told to return. No, he committed a fucking crime. He was about to approach the property of a private citizen. No, no. He should have got charges. Earlier break in case still remembered, another disturbing case connected to the home occurred in 2018 when a man managed to enter the property while Rihanna was away. The intruder, later identified as Eduardo Leon, remained inside the residence for nearly 12 hours. What the fuck were you doing in somebody's home for 12 hours? That's just too damn much. I mean, a second is way too damn much at that. Before he was discovered by one of the singer's assistants, authorities arrested the man shortly after he was found. Investigators later said he claimed to enter the home to meet the singer, though she was not home at the time. Oh my God. Although she was not there at the time. Sir, no. No. And I'm not laughing at the fact that this happened to Rihanna. I'm just laughing at the dumb idiocy of this Mr. Banshee-nosis that has the energy of Kanye West, and his mother probably has the energy of a Miss Banshee-nosis. But you know what? I'm not going to blame his mother or his father, because maybe he should have been a one-night stand swallowed. You know, some people make mistakes in life, and then we got to deal with them as an adult. You know what I mean? So, moving on. Leon later pleaded guilty to several charges, including stalking, vandalism, and resisting arrest. The judge sentenced him to 5 years of probation. As part of the rule, he was also required to participate in a diversion program designed for offenders dealing with mental health or substance abuse issues. There it is. That's how we, rehab people. Also, too, they have to want to rehab themselves as well. Investigation into Rihanna Howling continues. From now, investigators are focused on determining why the pals were fired outside Rihanna's property and whether the suspect specifically targeted the singer or the home. Police continue to review evidence from the scene, including the shell casings recovered in the street and any surveillance footage from the nearby homes. The Beverly Crest neighborhood is known for its privacy and security, yet incidents involving celebrities continue to highlight the risks that come with global fame. While the investigation moves forward, authorities confirmed one important detail: Rihanna and everyone inside residence were safe, and we are very, 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 very grateful for that. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. More Brainley's virtual tour. More Brainley's virtual tour live coming up right from this space right here and right now. Shout out to RollingOut.com, celebrating 25 years once again, on to the next 25 years. Here we go. So Cardi B, Brandy, and Cardi B, Brandy, and Monica, rather, to perform at the Essence Festival. Essence Festival evening concert series delivers with Cardi B, Patti LaBelle, Kehlani, Lotto, Brandy, and Monica. So let's get into it. Here we go. The nation's most celebrated gathering of Black culture is set to electrify the Caesar Superdome with an extraordinary opening wave of talent as the Essence Festival of Culture announced its 2026 evening concert series lineup, placing women squarely at the center of the stage. Headliners Cardi B, Patti LaBelle, Kehlani, Lotto, and the iconic duo of Brandy and Monica will converge on New Orleans from July 3rd through the 5th, a new chapter in hip-hop's female renaissance. Most buzzed about festival's debut of Bronx-born rapper Cardi B, a Grammy Award winner whose ascent fundamentally reordered the possibilities for women navigating the upper echelons of hip-hop. Since breaking into the mainstream, she has consistently rewritten the playbook, sharing streaming records, commanding chart real estate, considered off limits to women in rap, and transforming her platform into an instrument of both cultural commentary and entrepreneurial expansion. Her arrival at the Superdome will mark the first time Essence audiences witness her command a stage that has long served as a cathedral for Black excellence. Joining her in what amounts to be a declaration to Southern hip hop's new guard is Atlanta rapper Lotto, also making her Essence Festival debut, a Grammy-nominated force whose discography has accumulated multi-platinum certifications, and whose name now registers on a global stage as fully as it does on regional charts. Lotto has engineered her rise through a combination of unflinching lyricism and sharp professional acumen. Her trajectory mirrors a broader cultural shift, one in which women from the South are not merely participating in rap's evolution, but actively dictating its direction. And of course, you have R&B's Emotional McCord takes the stage. Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter Kehlani brings to the festival a body of work that has become a touchstone for a generation navigating love, identity, and self-determination in real time. Known for a sound that defines easy categorization, threading neo-soul textures, trapped influence production, and intimate lyricism into something entirely her own. She has a mass following defined not merely by fandom, but by personal identification. Her Essence stage set is expected to function less as a performance and more as a communal exhale. Brandy and Monica reunion rooted in legacy. Perhaps no announcement has generated more anticipation than the return of former Essence cover stars Brandy and Monica, the two Grammy Award-winning vocalists whose parallel careers and landmark artistic intersection helped define what R&B collaboration could achieve at its peak. Their individual paths, marked by resilience, recognition, and an unwavering commitment to vocal craft, have only deepened the reverence audiences hold for them. I want Queens to come back. That was a great show on ABC. That was a great show. That was a great show. Yes, indeed it was. And also, too, I'm waiting for Star. Lee Daniels, where is the Star movie? Damn it, I know Jesse Smollett fucked up Empire, okay? And I do believe Empire can come back without Jesse Smollett. Listen. He can be the off distant son, and you can bring in a family member, okay? Just listen. They reinvent stuff all the damn time anyway. Shut the fuck up talking to me. Anyway, moving on. I'm not saying to y'all, I'm just saying that from a general sense. Because I feel so many thoughts about Empire, right? Like, it really put Fox on the map. And they really did something in today's society that's never been done. And I guess you could say it might have gotten longer than two, but also too, I think Taraji P. Henson wanted more than to be known than just Cookie. Personally, I think that if the Jennifer Hudson show does go away, I think the Taraji P. Henson talk show would be amazing. I think the Angela Bassett talk show would be amazing. Of course, I would say the Brandon Lee talk show would be amazing, but listen, I got some more I got to put some more time in. But of course, getting to 1 million views of covering everything else of the culture. My time is coming. I feel that, I know that, and I mentally see that. So. But moving on here, the individual past marked by resilience, reinvention, and unwavering commitment to local craft have only deepened the reverence artists hold for them. Their joint appearance at the Superdome is less a nostalgia act than a living testament to what endurance in the music industry looks like when it's grounded in artistry rather than trend. Trend chasing. Patti LaBelle, 6 decades and still the standard. No announcement carries the weight of history quite like the confirmed return of Patti LaBelle, the Grammy Award-winning soul architect who has spent more than 60 years set the standard of what live performance demands its practitioners. Her voice immediately recognizable, seemingly ageless, capable of conveying joy and devastation in equal measure, has served as a North Star for generations of artists who follow in her wake. Every appearance she makes at Essence functions both as a masterclass and milestone, and 2026 promises to be no different. I will say that does sound like a good lineup. It really, really does. Here we go. New Orleans, ready for another landmark weekend. Organizers confirm that additional performers, curated programming expansions, and special guest announcements are forthcoming in a series of stage reveals over the coming weeks. The full scope of this festival experience extends well beyond the Superdome's concert floor, encompassing panels, community activations, brand partnerships, and cultural programming that collectively make Essence Festival Culture one of the most comprehensive celebrations of Black life, thought, and creativity anywhere in the world. Tickets for the 2026 Essence Festival Culture presented by Coca-Cola, a Meet with Concert series, are currently on sale. Festival organizers strongly encourage attendees to secure hotel accommodations before the summer rush and to download the E360 app, which offers personalized scheduling tools, exclusive access to partner offers, and real-time festival updates to help attendees maximize the full weekend experience. The Superdome has hosted many nights that became mornings people still talk about. July 3rd through the 5th, 2026 is shaping up to join that list. So, last time we talked about them when it came to them not being able to pay their bill, right, to New Orleans and everybody in between. And a lot of people are really not here for Essence because they are more about the African diaspora than it being about straight African American culture, right? And I will say this, right? I think that with the world that we live in, there are Africans over here and they deserve to feel included. But also, too, when you move away from the foundation of what people have known, then you lose your audience. So it's a very tricky balance. And not to mention, too, I mean, you look at Afrofuture, right? That was over in Ghana, right? They just had their first U.S. debut in Detroit. And I think that's a great way to bring in the African diaspora. So maybe, just maybe, Afrofuture could have a brand activation pavilion inside, right? The Essence Festival Culture. I think that would be a great way to, blend the two. You have mostly African American, right? Energy, but then you have Afrofuture that talks about Afrofuturism and the African diaspora. I think that would be a great marriage. And like I said, people are going to go to this, y'all. Like, for people saying, well, nobody's going to go, this motherfuckers. People are going to go. I mean, and I say this with the utmost respect. I would rather see Essence continue than for it not to continue. Because have you seen the administration? Have you seen the president? Have you seen the supporters that he has? They will be more happy for this being done than for this still sticking around. They got to deal with it. Okay. And plus, not only that, we all know the president will go to Essence just to see Nicki Minaj perform. But I have a feeling that somebody at Essence would disrespectfully handle the president if he went. So, with that being said, let's roll on to somebody who definitely will be at the Essence Festival of Culture. Jasmine Crockett, the beautiful Jasmine Crockett. Let's get to it. From blacknews.com, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett loses Texas Democratic primary for U.S. Senate. So Dallas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett lost the Texas Democratic primary for U.S. Senate to Austin State Representative James Torrico, who took 53% of the vote to her 45%. Still, 45% is very, very good. Despite leading early polls, Crockett struggled with fundraising and competitive campaign. Results were slow in Dallas County, where Crockett is based, after hundreds of voters arrived late, prompting the judge to extend polling hours, as reported by Texas Public Radio. Williamson County also reported delays. Ahmad R. Hassan, the third candidate, just took 1.3% of the vote. That will be the percentage of the vote that Stephen A. Smith will get if he ever ran for president. Talco, 36, is an eighth-generation Texan and a former San Antonio teacher. He won a Texas House seat in 2018 and gained national attention during a 2025 Democrat walkout over redistricting. He launched his Senate campaign shortly after that legislative session ended. Crockett had a lead in early polling before officially entering the race in December, but Torrico outperformed her in fundraising, even surpassing incumbent Republican Senator John Curran. A January debate show both candidates share some positions on major issues like ICE reforms and taxing the wealthy. The race became more contentious in February when former Congressman Colin Allred accused Torrico of a derogatory remark. A pro-Talco super PAC also ran attack ads against Crockett, which she criticized as hypocritical. Still, Torrico's fundraising edge and ad strategy carried him to victory. With Torrico now the Democratic nominee, he has additional weeks to campaign before Republicans John Cochran and Kim Paxton face a May runoff. The general election is expected to be a closely watched contest for the Texas Senate seat. Now, I will say this. Even though Jasmine Crockett lost, she is a winner. What she has done in the Senate is legendary. Those clips will be a part of history forever. And I truly believe Jasmine Crockett is not done. She is not done. She is not done. I still believe that Governor Westmore and Jasmine Crockett on ticket together, they could win the presidency. And I will gladly be their press secretary. Okay. And yes, I will still do Brainley's virtual tour. Okay. I will still do that. Although I know the White House will say, Brayley, you are a government official. No, I understand I'm a government official for my day job. But listen, I was a media commentator, a social commentator before I got into the White House. So, but also too, I do believe that Jasmine Crockett could be president of the United States. I do. I know Michelle Obama said we're not ready for a woman president. After this motherfucking ass shit, we're ready. Good damn. So, just keeping it above. Of course, there's Whitney Houston with her eyes there, looking at us there. Good morning, Whitney. Hopefully everything's going well in heaven. Say hello to my family members up there for me. All right, let's continue because there is more Brandon's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here, right now. Heartbreaking destination I'm about to bring y'all right now. Here we go. Also from blacknews.com, Black mom says her autistic son was abused during therapy session. Black mom says her autistic son was abused during therapy session. Black mom says her autistic son was abused during therapy session. Here we go. Diana Hernandez, a mother from West Palm Beach, Florida, is seeking justice after her autistic nonverbal son was allegedly abused at a therapy center. She wants the therapist arrested and the center head responsible for the incident. The accused 38-year-old Renelle Cortez Garner turned himself in to authorities on Friday. He now faces a felony abuse charge and is being held at the Palm Beach County Detention Center. Authorities say surveillance video show Garner asking her, striking Hernandez's son on the backside and throwing a shoe at him during a session at Maximum Achievers in Lake Clark Shores. You know, there are times I wish Dexter was real for people like him and others. I know Dexter is not real. It is a drama. But sometimes I wish Dexter was real for people who actually deserve it. But moving on. According to CBS 12, the investigation began on February 23rd after police received a report about the alleged abuse. Lake Shores Police, in collaboration with Palm Beach County State Attorney's Office, reviewed evidence and interviewed witnesses, which led to Garner's notification and arrest. Surveillance footage shows the child playing with a ball with Garner before the abuse occurs. The video shows Garner and the child with his sneaker and tossing a ball and a shoe at him from close range. Rather, Hernandez described watching the footage as heartbreaking. I honestly want it to be a lie. I wanted it not to be true, she said. Hernandez first noticed bruises and a bite mark on her son after a session on February 20th. She immediately contacted both the therapy center and police. Her son attends Maximum Achievers alongside his twin brother, who works with a different therapist. He's traumatized, but I'm just so surprised how strong he is. He is still smiling. She's now demanding that Garner be jailed and wants the therapy center shut down. I just want justice for my son, she said. Maximum Achievers confirmed Garner was fired and said they are cooperating with law enforcement. Police say the investigation is ongoing and are asking anyone with information or similar complaints to contact Corporal Dominguez. Nicole Bishop, director of Palm Beach County Victim Services, urged parents to watch for certain changes in a child's mood or behavior. Children are vulnerable victims, especially children who have any type of disability or any people actually with disabilities. They are more susceptible to being harmed by others, Bishop said. It's horribly sad to see these things happen in our society. Well, let me say this. Fuck that piece of shit bastard and fuck the damn center. Y'all be ashamed of your fucking damn self. Now, there are grown-ass women and grown-ass men that will gladly make fun of people with disabilities, will gladly make fun of people struggling through shit and anything and everything in between. But God forbid somebody brings up shit on them and they want to be a bitch or a mitch about it. God forbid if somebody posts somebody's child online and then get big mad that other people disrespectfully handled your ass. God forbid if you break the rules and the powers that be say you doing too fucking damn much and then you want to bitch or mitch about it. Yeah, I said bitch or mitch. We equal opportunity over here. See, you can't do hell to everybody else and expect to heaven. You can't ask for construction when you cause destruction. You cannot expect somebody to put a fire out that you caused, right? Oh my God, I'm on fire, I'm on fire. You see shit? No, I didn't see shit. You see shit? No. Right is right and wrong is wrong. When you utilize your resources for evil, evil will be done to you. And it's so fucking sad that some of y'all have never been loved. It is clear to see. It is clear to see. It is clear to fucking see. And if what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond to me. But if you do respond, to me. It must be true about your bitch or Mitch ass to some damn degree. Like I said, we're equal opportunity over here. Fucking damn shame. And by the way, that child is probably just trying to speak. I can speak from experience because I wasn't able to talk before. And tantrums are a way for children with autism to speak. They're not trying to cause disruption. They're not trying to be a pest. They're not trying to do anything except have a fucking voice. Damn. And y'all wonder why some of y'all children don't involve y'all in y'all fucking life. Y'all wonder why. And I'm not saying all parents are bad, but if you got a parent who makes fun of people with disabilities and posts children online and want to cause hell to other people but yet get upset, I pray for children who have a bitch of a mother or a Mitch of a father like that. I really do. And I hope you cut them off permanently. I hope that the grandma, the grandpa, rights are cut off permanently, and you let them bleed, suffer, and let them get to the end of that life in that fucking casket. Understand? We good here? We fucking black Gucci over here? That's black and Gucci. All right? Okay? Moving the fuck on. Make me sick. Shit. Now, if you ain't here for children being defended, I don't know what to tell you. If you ain't here for people with disabilities being defended, I don't know what to tell you. If you ain't here for black men, if you're not here for men, women, or anybody to do good in the neighborhood being defended, I don't know what to tell you, because that's what we do over here. We don't run away from heat because we can't handle it. We don't say what we can't do because we don't have a curious soul. And child, listen, it's called freedom of speech. If you know you're doing what you're supposed to do, chew the meat, spit out the bones. But also, too, listen, anybody can be a creator, but it takes somebody to be an artist. Let's roll on. Child. Finally, check this destination out here. From Variety.com, Rashida Jones, former MSNBC chief to lead Piers Morgan's uncensored content venture. I saw this morning. I'm like, I know you lying. I know you lying. I know you lying. For those of you who don't know, Rashida Jones was the first African-American and the first African-American woman to run a cable news network. It was formerly MSNBC, but now it's called MS Now. For those of you who don't know, NBC Universal spun off their cable channels on other platforms into a company called Versant. Warner Bros. Discovery was going to spin off their cable channels into Discovery Global, but Paramount won the fucking damn bid. I swear to God, Discovery Global had more of a future by itself independent than with Paramount. Just being honest. Let's get into it. Rashida Jones led a network often accused of being too woke. By the way, woke has been so overused. Being woke is understanding the world is not about you. Being woke is understanding that maybe there are bigger issues to deal with, but also being woke is understanding the spectrum, that everybody has something to contribute, and we need to go beyond just the surface level of the headline and dig deep into the minutia of why something should matter. That's what woke really means. Okay. Piers Morgan, has for the last few years rallied against people taking such a stance. Together, they hope to carve out a new territory in the media sector. Jones has been named CEO of Uncensored, the content company founded by Piers Morgan. She is charged with expanding the company's reach, launching new verticals, and creating opportunities for new voices and talent. Pierce Morgan developed an incredible platform with Uncensored that's already going head to head with legacy media. Jones said statement. In today's fragmented media world, audiences are craving real conversations grounded in authenticity, rigor, and debate. Uncensored not only delivers that, but it's ahead of the curve. Her arrival at the company may seem incongruous as it might seem at first glance, takes place after Morgan December unveiled plans to extend his own Uncensored show into other topic areas. Morgan's Uncensored intends to launch verticals tied to subjects including lawful interviews, sports, true crime, royals, among others, all to debut in months to come. Morgan has been working with William Morris Endeavor. For those of you who don't know, those were two separate companies. Endeavor was a separate talent agency. William Morris was a separate talent agency, and then they merged. Okay, just give you a little context, conjecture, and connection there. Let's continue. One of the industry's top talent agencies to build his business, WME will work alongside Morgan's business manager, Alan S. Goldman of Gundefeld, Renner and Feldman, and Alex Campbell, executive editor of Uncensored. The move represented a homecoming of sorts. Morgan had been represented by WME for years, but left in 2009 with his longtime agent, John Ferrer, parted ways with the firm. Ferrer passed away in 2019. It was one of his WME agents, Bradley Singer, who introduced Morgan and Jones, according to a person familiar with the matter. How did the two meet? Jones, who left MSNBC in January last year, had been consulting for Antenna Group, working with his chairman, Theodore Torku. According to the person familiar with the matter, Antenna Group became one of Uncensored's lead outside shareholders. Morgan was seeking an executive who understands content distribution and how to build a new enterprise. This person says at MSNBC, Jones had launched several digital products and programs testing the hybrid series that aired both MSNBC and a corresponding digital platform. Morgan and his colleagues have been working with the Rain Group, an investment bank that specializes in the media sector, on a $30 million fundraising round that was expected to value the company at $130 million, according to people familiar with the business. Investors in Uncensored include Rain Venture Fund, Antenna Group's Kuriku and family offices. Joe Ratovich, a Rain partner and co-founder, will join the board of Uncensored and will oversee the fundraising round of Eric Hodge, a Rain partner, according to people familiar with the matter. Since leaving MSNBC, Jones launched a Master Strategies, where she advises media, sports, tech companies in their merger and acquisition and content strategies. She was also named a fellow of the Knight Center for the Future of News at Arizona State University, Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. Well, first of all, Rashida Jones is an amazing woman. She would definitely do a move like that, where you're advising media, sports, and tech companies. I will just say this. I hope Piers Morgan treats her with the utmost respect. I hope that Piers Morgan understands that if he is doing this to get Black people to come over to Uncensored, it's not going to work in that fashion. And I think legacy media and I think new media is understand that just because you put it out in front of the culture doesn't mean the culture is going to embrace it. Just because you put it out in front of the culture doesn't mean they're going to embrace it. Just because you put it out in front of the culture doesn't mean that they're going to embrace it. So, y'all, that is the show. We did that in 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 3 seconds there. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. We're going to take a little bit of a commercial break, and we'll be back. We'll bring this virtual tour live. Right after this, we are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Rolling.
Lights go low, the city goes high. echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylon Lee got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylon Lee's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylon Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth. We're free, trust and believe. It's entertainment, news done away with. Braylon Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to the people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Introducing the greatest escape in the Caribbean, the island you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Great Life on Great Stirrup Cay. This is the greatest pool you've ever seen life, 28,000 square feet of it, and the epic water park life. It's where you can truly experience the whoa life and the floating through paradise life. It's time to escape to a mind-blowing, sky-high tower of water slides and the Here We Go life. Escape to the one more please wherever you please life and kick it into high gear. Escape to where you can kick back and relax. The great life is waiting. Escape to the incredible new Great Stirrup Cay, only with Norwegian Cruise Line.
New Orleans don't make a lick of sense to most people. A big city built below sea level that throws logic out the window and beads to strangers. And our chicken is no different. A fast food restaurant selling fried chicken that takes 12 hours to marinate? That makes no sense. But it does make delicious. The best recipe for big flavor ain't about logic. Because you know magic when you see it or when you taste it. We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day. What we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
McDonald's, I'm loving it. McDonald's,
I'll be all right back. Welcome back into Braylon Lee's virtual tour live. Glad to have all of you here. What a jam-packed show this morning. Talking about Tasha K. And Armand, you did get your voiceover money, brother, and on double, okay? Like Is it Tasha King? GoFundMe. We'll see if it makes it to $3.5 million, child. I just have a feeling that Cardi B and her team will say no. I want the money to come from you. B. Simone making the apology like her actions will be the true test, and the consistency of her actions will, validate if people should care or not. Rihanna, thank God that her children, A$AP Rocky, are okay. And fuck the bitch that did that to Rihanna. That was crass, disrespectful, and dilapidated behavior. The Essence Festival of Culture looks like it's going to be a good lineup. Hopefully they'll have their bills paid too. And like I said, y'all, if we don't support our events and promote what else is happening, because they're happening than just talking about one topic. Okay? Because my Lord Jesus, some of y'all do the constant same drivel over again. I'm not talking to anybody who is covering other shit. If you're covering one topic, including other things, okay, cool. And like I said, you ain't got to do it my style. You ain't got to do it Kim Power style. You ain't got to do it Lovely T style. But good damn. Life is not one dimension. Why are you making yourself that way? Jesus. But hey, listen, what do I know? I mean, see, what do you have to say about all this? Because I know you got some good wisdom for them.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because
one more time, and I'm gonna see what can a good streamer do?
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
That's why I thought. Just saying. So, but anyway, shout out to the Essence Festival of Culture. Hopefully it goes well from July 3rd through the 5th. Yes, indeed. Down New Orleans, Louisiana. Led by Top Relator, the good times roll, baby. Jasmine Crockett, she did not win, but her career is far from over. I believe there is more than Stephen A. Smith in politics or anything else. Okay. All right. Moving on there. Diana Hernandez, fuck the person that did that. Fuck the damn center. Now, if the center takes responsibility for it, then we good. And he turned himself in. So, but still fuck him for doing that shit, because you should not be throwing a shoe at a child or anybody for that fucking damn matter. And then Rashida Jones, like I said, child, just be careful with Piers Morgan. If you're not feeling respected, then move the fuck on. And I will give Pierce his credit. He definitely has made, uncensored the platform. But it is what it is. I will say this: Piers Morgan did a very great job with the Kevin Spacey interview. I watched the whole interview from beginning to end. It was great. So there are bright spots there, but I want Rashida Jones to be hired for who she is. Not because it's the cultural chip that can help Piers Morgan move up the cultural ladder. Just keep that fuck. So, with that being said, y'all, of course, y'all know we got a positive news story for y'all. So, give me a moment here. So here's some positive news right here. Ballet icon Missy Copeland shares hip surgery recovery update, celebrates small wins after procedure. Let's get into it. Here we go. Trailblazing ballerina Missy Copeland is opening up about her road to recovery following hip replacement surgery. The American Ballet Theater shared a heartfelt update with fans, revealing that her recovery journey began with undergoing hip replacement surgery in December. Copeland described the experience as a process of patience, resilience, and learning to trust her body again. In a social media post, the dancer reflected on the progress she made. From taking her first assisted steps rather, to walking on her own. She said each phase of the recovery process has been meaningful as she works to regain strength and mobility. Copeland emphasized that healing hasn't been linear, and that consistency, support, and resilience have helped carry her through the process despite the challenges she has shared. She is proud of how far she has come. The ballerina also expressed gratitude for the encouragement she's received along the way, thanking supporters for the outpouring of love that has helped her motivate her through every stage of recovery. Copeland, who made history as the first Black female principal dancer at the American Ballet Theater, continues documenting her progress as she works toward returning to full strength. First of all, prayers up, light, and support to Missy Copeland. I did not know that she had a hip replacement surgery, but and I think this is the thing that is so beautiful about this time period that we're in. Celebrities are recognizing, hey, I'm only human. I don't have to carry the weight of being known to the world. I can just let go, breathe, and be. So congratulations on that. And I do want to do one more thing here. You guys saw that highlight a particular story during the Rashida Jones destination that we talked about. Now, I know everybody feels a way about Lizzo, right? But I'm going to just say this right now. If we are not that upset about the president being a PDF file and judging women's tightness and having 13-year-old girls perform fellatio on him, but yet we can be out loud for Portia Williams and whose twat she's licking and everything in between. We can be loud for Carissa Shields and Krishan Rock, which, by the way, Krishan, fuck Blueface. I'm pulling for you because you were on Ultimate Tag. We've covered your story here, and I believe you are going to be amazing in the world of boxing. But we can be support for all that shit. We can also make space for people who are trying to do better. Now, I know Lizzo still has her lawsuit going on, but listen, if we don't make space for people trying to do better, then how can we get better as a culture? So with that being said, let's get into this here. From Variety.com, Lizzo's Pitch Perfect residency at the Blue Note Jazz Club launches a dazzling new chapter. Concert review by Jim Oswald. Here we go. Ever feel like you're losing touch with who you really are? Lizzo said about halfway through her Sunday night set at the iconic Blue Note Jazz Club in New York's Greenwich Village. I have, she admitted. I had to remind myself I am 100% that bitch, calling her arguably most iconic and her arguably most controversial lyric, because it was reported that she stole that lyric from somebody who already created that lyric. It's a whole backstory, but let's keep going. Indeed, this intimate series of Blue Note shows feels like a breakthrough at the end of a challenging few years for Melissa Diane Jefferson after soaring to superstardom at the end of last decade with a message of positivity, self-love via hits like Cuz I Love You, Juice, and Good as Hell, being the sophomore slump with her Grammy-winning 2022 set About Damn Time, but some ugly legal battles with her former dancers and musical collaborators clash against her ultra-positive vibe, so a reset was in order, although a pair of mixtapes last year, even a New York Magazine cover story called Lizzo Starts Over really didn't do the job. We stand for Angela Bassett over here, damn it. Moving on. But earlier this year, a few new tracks began low-key making the rounds, one of which is a stunner, Don't Make Me Love You, at 80s fantasy that combines a Billie Jean-inspired bass line with a chorus that evokes Tina Turner. Simply the best, better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Of course, rest in peace to the Tina Turner. Okay, listen. We love her. Yes, indeed.
And your mama good looking. Oh, so hush, little baby. Don't you cry head down, moonlit. Look at my lipstick, so thick, so fit. Wanna put your lips in places where the sun don't shine there. I like that, right there. Keep going and going and floating, baby. You know what you're doing, don't you? So I lounge around my lingerie. Hey. Wanna be prepared for you just in case. So I lounge around in my lingerie, baby.
Woo.
I know what you want. If it ain't me,
Hey, I said what?
don't make me love you. Don't make my heart beat out of the chest. Don't make me want you. If you just want something else, don't you bullshit me, baby. If they're saying it, just tell me tonight. Don't make me love you. If you just don't change your mind, don't waste my time. Hey.
Let's keep going, everybody. Hey, I said what I said. Good to see you. By the way, like, comment, share, subscribe. I said what I said. The great sister, friend, and individual there. She is a content creator. So like, comment, share, subscribe to her. Yes, indeed. Let's keep going, everybody. Top 3 moments from Lizzo's stellar show at the Blue Note, a new song that summons the bass of Billie Jean and Tina Turner, simply the best of Vamp at the end of summertime, and a beautiful inspiration of D'Angelo's Untitled. So she's been at home singing, thinking she's Tina Turner. Listen, I will say this: Tina Turner has definitely inspired a lot of people, and I do believe that when Lizzo performed on stage, she definitely had Tina Turner style energy of it was about the art form, and she gave you everything she had, and those concerts sold out. Now, listen, we can say what we want to about Lizzo, but what we cannot say is that woman cannot sing. Okay, so I'm not doing this with you. I said what I said. That song was at the center of her dazzling, literally life-spanning set on Sunday night, second to last of a dozen shows of a bi-coastal residency at the 200 capacity Blue Note Supper Clubs in Los Angeles last weekend in New York. I saw her playing 290-ish minutes a night, 3 nights in a row. Even at this one, Sunday's early set, the 5th of 6 New York. Performances. There was a long line of people outside waiting for no shows while Gayle King was rolling deep with a CBS crew. Wait a minute. So Barry Weiss and Larry Ellison and David Ellison allowed Gayle King, who's a black person, to go see a black person perform? Oh my God, child. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my Lord Jesus. She can sing, but she ain't no Tina Turner. Understood. I got you. I agree. Okay. That's why I took the route that I took. Okay. But we can all admit that Lizzo, she can blow on the mic. Okay. So, and I think this goes back to the not Kobe LeBron. Rest in peace to Kobe and Gianna Bryant. They should be here, setting the world on fire in media, sports, and everything in between. But what I meant to say, this is like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, right? Without Jordan, there would not be a LeBron, right? So without Tina Turner, there could not be a Lizzo, right? But I think Tina Turner has her generation. I think Lizzo has her generation, right? So let's keep going. Yo, I'm trying to be fair here, okay? Listen. But Don't Make Me Love You was only one highlight in a set where Lizzo, clad in a spangled flapper-esque dress complete with a headdress and faux and fox fur wrap, clearly thought she had something to prove, and did. At the top of the night, she said the set list would combine old songs, some very old, and even some new and unreleased ones, as well as songs she loves and ones in honor of the iconic Blue Note and its storied history. And she listed off several of the legendary names: Dizzy Gillespie, Ray Charles, such an R&B. Here she paused and looked down at the audience members dining at tables directly in front of her and laughed, performing For Your French Fries, showing just one example of her formidable comedic timing. Aretha told us who could sing before she was passed, and Lizzo wasn't on the list. I'm just saying. Oh my God. So what are you saying about Lizzo? She wears beautiful gowns, and beautiful gowns. I'm not doing this with you. Rest in peace to Aretha Franklin, okay? Good Lord Jesus. Oh my God. Let me keep going with this, okay? The loosely autobiographical set list rather showed off not only her powerhouse vocals but her skills as a flutist as well. And she made playing the flute look cool. Now, listen, I know everybody can feel the way they feel about Lizzo, but Lizzo definitely has an impact in the culture. There has never been somebody that has been plus size of that magnitude. Although Jill Scott and many other plus size women been before her. Okay, let's honor those people. But in terms of this generation, I do think Lizzo is a legend, right? Because she broke ground. I mean, I remember Watch Out for the Big Girls and how she literally, did a nationwide search to find big girls to put on her tour. You know what I mean? And she definitely has stood behind some iconic causes. Now, of course, she has made some mistakes along the way, child, like, the Epstein files and Diddy and everything else. Now, there's good and bad in every celebrity, okay? Listen. But she does have a gift and a skill set, okay? So just keeping it above. Sprawling across some hits with some lively new jazz arrangements to covers of everything from Bach to a sultry reading of the standard Summertime from Meredith Brooks, 90s hit Bitch from a new song, Aaron Paul and D'Angelo's 2000 classic Untitled, How Does It Feel? To a flute to a flute piece she played in the 8th grade. While clearly, carefully, and deliberately arranged, just looking at all the cues in the set list below, the set was loose but tight. It was her and her band's 11th show in 2 weekends. It was all biographical without being weighed down by heavy conceit around it. Ozempic stealing everybody away from us, unfortunately. But let me come on the big screen real quick. Just as a side note. To all the big girls, okay? We like champagne bottle looking women. We like Coca-Cola looking women, okay? We like Cinnabon cinnamon rolls. We like thick pancakes. We like waffles from Hampton Inn. We like thick comforters. We like thick beds. Why am I saying all this? It is absolutely okay to be healthy, but keep that weight on. Damn it, there's a thing called happy weight. Shit. If that man or woman don't like it, somebody is going to hell. Because me and the brat are proud members of the Thickalicious Full Gospel Baptist Church of God in Christ. I will see Brat and all y'all on Sunday. But before that, I'll see y'all for Bible study on Wednesday. We have a weekly catfish cookout on Saturdays too. Listen, we have a good time over there. Moving on. And some of y'all know that y'all damn members. Quit playing in my face, man. Back to our destination here. Yeah, it wouldn't have been as strong without looking forward as well. And it's pretty obvious that she knows that Don't Make Me Love You, especially before performing it. She told a story about me and Angela Bassett, who was stunning as Tina Turner in the 1993 biopic What Love Got to Do with It. Backstage at one of her LA shows the previous weekend, she said she was getting Tina vibes. Lizzo enthused. I said, thank you, but you guys show me how to do the Tina shoulder. She laughed, going into a Tina shoulder roll, and she specifically requested everyone pull out their phones and post the song on the internet, and asked that should have backfired with a lesser song. But most of all, these shows reminded the audience up close and personal what a major talent Lizzo is. A top-class performer, an engaging, entertaining performer, and to a degree we haven't seen before, a trained and serious musician. In the past, she was often backed only by D. She was accompanied by 4 top-notch jazz musicians. Keyboardist Phil Cornish. Wait a minute, let me see here. Right, I eat whatever I want. I don't care about gaining a few extra pounds. I'm trying to keep my extra on in case I need to grow on in case of illness. Listen, either that illness is swallowing you up from the back, or making you come out your body by eating you like a peach. You know what? Let me move on. We live on tour, and listen, I'm trying to be serious here. Okay, see, I mind my own. I drink my water, mind my black-owned business, go on tour. And then these heathens in the chat, they do this to me. Now, of course, I'm being facetious when I say that because I am my own person, and then we collaborate with an energy with each other. Okay, so let me roll on. But here she was accompanied by 4 top-notch jazz musicians. Guitarist and singer Emily Elbert, bassist Clinton Gray, and drummer Chikara Yaki, each of whom got some extra shine during the night with fiery solos. The set drew toward a close with an intimate version of What a Wonderful World. Now listen, I could imagine that Lizzo could give a new interpretation to A Wonderful World. That would be fire. That woman, she's got a voice on her for sure. The lyrics of which would have seemed ironic on this night, not 48 hours after the president started a war for Iran. Lizzo made several references to the turmoil in the world during the set. When she sang the line, "Woke up feeling like I might just run for president," a lyric from her 2019 hit "Like a." Girl, and she grimaced and made no way gestures. At the end of the night, Lizzo said, "I'm not for the drama, I'm not here for the bullshit. I'm here to raise the vibration of this plan for the better," which could have come off hubristic before she concluded, "I write songs about who I aspire to be. Sometimes I'm not that bitch. I'm gonna be 100% that bitch. Take the dinner out," she laughed. "That's manifestation, baby. Thank you for sharing that frequency of love with me. If it's manifestation, she's off to a good start." Shout out to Jean, I said, for that wonderful review. And let me tell you something. To do a residency in any capacity is huge. And it was a bi-coastal residency. Maybe, just maybe, I'm not saying that the lawsuit is bringing out a new side of Lizzo, but maybe Lizzo is finally able to be, Lizzo is finally able to step away from the persona and get back to Melissa Jefferson, the soul of who she is. Yo, that's the show. I ain't got nothing else for you. I don't know how else we get in the show. I really don't. So I'm just gonna wait until we're up to the 2-hour mark, and then that's it. Let me see if there was a new episode of Married to Medicine, because as you guys know, the Real Housewives of Potomac is over with. So let me see something. Married to Medicine. Okay, no, it's a new episode on March 15th. Okay, so no anything tonight. Okay, good. So we'll be back at 6 o'clock with something, child. Something. And believe me, I'm looking at everything. There's one live I want to do. I'm just waiting for a particular article to come out. And once the article comes out, then we'll do that live. But it's been something I've been percolating in my head as a thought on my own before ever bringing it to y'all. But we'll talk about that here soon enough. But yeah, there's a lot going on in the world, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But yes, indeed. Let me pull up. I said what I said to Chandler to give her some love real quick here. Give me a moment, y'all. So there she is. There are 914 subscribers, almost there to her first 1,000. We definitely support around here for sure. Give me a moment. I'll put her link in the chat. Give me a moment. So there you go, right there. Like, comment, share, and subscribe right there too. I said what I said. Y'all, that is the show. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love and send it right back to y'all. See you guys a little bit later on here at night, 6 o'clock. We'll do something. I enjoy myself in this short time period. I'm going to roll back to see what you have to say about Tasha K. Child, you'll have a good time. My main stance on it is, you cannot talk about a mother and her child having herpes and say, I'm going to wipe my ass with the cease and desist. and being that big, bad, and bold to think that you were going to win when you did the most in public, not thinking that you basically made the plot of the movie and expecting them to finish off this movie when you should be responsible for how you engage in your role in the movie, in so many words. But yes, go back to that. I just recapped it for you here because I love you. I do. But yes, I think you will enjoy my commentary on, check my phone. Okay. All right. I'll check it. All right. I'm trying to check my phone. Try to give me a moment. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hang on. Listen, give me a moment. Damn, those curves are looking good, child. Shit. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Hang on. Wait. Hang on a second. You did not, girl. Thank you so much. You did not have to do that. Thank you so much. You did not have to do that. Thank you very, very much. You did not have to do that. Y'all listen, I want y'all to know something. After everything we unnecessarily went through, by the way, I might add, and everything in between, I appreciate now. I can look back at everything now and appreciate what I went through, because guess what? After all that, made it to 1 million views, not having to have y'all. I don't mean that if y'all come back that I'm going to treat y'all with disrespect, because I'm always about respecting this platform and the people that come to it. But the truest test of who somebody is not by the quantity of good that's happening, but it's the quality of good that they are when they are at their lowest, when they ain't being seen, and when they ain't being invested in. The true ones that know you for you will always show up. Don't worry about the temporary visitors to your art gallery. Focus on that one piece. Worry about the permanent members that want to see all of who you are and all of your collection. Okay? All right? Moving on. Listen. So, thank you very much, my friend. All right, y'all. One love, much love, all love, and feel love is sending right back to you. But before we go, I got one more thing that just showed up. The wifey's going on tour now. Of course, that should say Miss Jill Scott Lee. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to her team to get that fixed, because it's supposed to say that shit. But to whom this may concern, her name is Miss Lee. That's the whole tour name. Okay, but anyway, let's get into it. She's going on tour, so let me give the dates, everybody, real quick. Give me a moment. All right, y'all. So here we go. June 4th, Nashville, Tennessee. June 5th, Nashville, Tennessee. June 11th, 15th, 14th, I'll be Washington, D.C. June 16th will be Charlotte, North Carolina. June 18th will be Raleigh, North Carolina. July 10th will be Atlanta, Georgia. July 11th will be Atlanta, Georgia. July 16th, 18th, and 19th will be New York City. She's coming home to Philly, so you know she's going to act a motherfucking fool in her hometown. Jilly from Philly. Philly will be in Philly July 24th through the 27th. August 6th through the 7th will be Oakland, California. August 11th through the 12th will be Los Angeles, California. August 15th, Las Vegas, Nevada. August 20th through the 22nd, through the 23rd, will be Chicago, Illinois. August 26th will be Detroit, Michigan. Houston, Texas will be August 30th. September 3rd will be Dallas, Texas. September 29th will be Birmingham, United Kingdom. October 1st will be Manchester, United Kingdom. October 5th, Brussels, Belgium. October 6th, Brussels, Belgium. October 6th will be Berlin, Dublin. Then October 9th will be Paris, France. October 10th will be New Amsterdam, New England. October 13th, London, United Kingdom. October 14th, London, United Kingdom as well. November 17th, Pretoria, ZA. Why do I feel like ZA is in New Zealand? Why do I feel like that? I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, at least I can take accountability, responsibility, have integrity about it. Mm-hmm. Give me a moment, man. Okay. My bad. Pretoria, South Africa, and then Cape Town, South Africa. Thank you, gorgeous. I appreciate you. November 7th, Pretoria, South Africa, and November 11th, Cape Town, South Africa. She's going from June to the end of the year. She is going to be outside. Okay, so there it is. So, all right, y'all, for real. I gotta go. I said. Thank you so much. By the way, I love how we can play with each other, me and my virtual tour family, because I didn't know why I said what I said meant by check your phone. And when I said, damn, those curls looking good, shit, that's some Burgundy Savage Fenty lingerie. I love playing with y'all. But thank you very much. And like I said, y'all, I truly do this for many reasons. One, we all need a place to fall. Number two, information is a powerful tool and a dangerous weapon based on who has it in their possession and how they utilize it. But number three, I don't want to wait to make an impact. And so the fact that we are making an impact by covering media, culture, and social capital stories from Black perspective pretty much every day, and doing it because we actually want to. Oh my God, child! Oh my Lord! Oh my y'all, hang on. This woman right here. This woman. Let me tell you something about this woman real quick. See, everything happens for a reason. This woman right here is an angel. She is amazing. She is fantastic in every way. Y'all know there is a show called Heart and Hustle Houston. As you all know, we have a resume over here that we can stand 10 toes down on and not be known by a person, place, entity, this, that, and everything in between. Because we're known for who we are. We're known for Braylon Lee. Y'all known for who y'all are as a virtual tour family and everything in between. This woman right here from Hard Hustle Houston, I broke out the Never Ever Mets and Hard Hustle Houston right here on YouTube before the Oprah Winfrey Network. I just want that to be on the record. And I did reviews, and she came in and watched every single review. It was only 8 episodes, but still watched every single review. So positive, so encouraging. And we got to do a damn interview, child. I got to be approved my own and stuff like that and all that. But, we'll definitely do an interview. We're going to talk about Rose business. Honestly, you know what? I may pitch that on. I may pitch that on the interview. We'll talk about my idea. Still filming second season. So busy. So there it is. There, y'all see it right there. Second season of Hard Hustle Houston is happening. And listen, I have been so loving, kind, and gracious. Because listen, when I say I am who I am, I don't talk about that just to exist on YouTube or anywhere else. I actually be about it, right? I know some of y'all like, wait, Braylon, did you? There was a particular live. I said, I found out something very big. I ain't gonna say nothing because I respect my virtual friendships. Okay, I respect integrity. I respecting other people. Okay, so there it is. So, but yes, indeed, and like I said, Ro, we'll do an interview for Hard Hustle Houston. We'll do an interview for your business, and also too, if you want to come up anytime as a co-host for when I do a regular show, feel free. No, Ro, listen, I gotta let people know. Okay, I gotta let people know who I am, because if you don't let people know who you are, they will define who you are. Okay, so. And like I said, I've made it without a particular person coming in my chat. I've made it without them giving me an interview. I made it without ever being in their universe. I wish them well in their universe. I do. I really do. Why hate on somebody? If you're hating on them, you're hating on yourself. That makes no sense. But also, too, I'm known from Braylon Lee and who he is. I don't have to be a representative for somebody. Every time they jump, I gotta jump. I ain't gotta worry about if he come to my door because something's going on with a particular person that I don't want to deal with that. I can be about diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging in anything and everything and own who I am, not to do the most in quantity to please everybody, but I can do quality and rest in. I know that people are going to find me for me. I don't have to do the most in order to be the most to somebody. If what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond to me. But if you do respond to me, it must be true about your bitch ass or your bitch ass to some damn degree. Okay? All right, moving on. I definitely got to talk shit this season, so I'll be going live. Listen, if you need me as a mod on your YouTube channel, just let me know, child. I will gladly do it. I really mean that. And you know I don't put up with shit no how, so. And thank you, I said for saying that. Because I have been grinding. I've been drinking my water, minding my black-owned business, and going to. Actually, you know what? I think some people might have something to say about how I've been moving. On the Rocks with Jada, what do you have to say?
I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content.
So on the Rocks with Jada likes my content, and when Tay talk, what do you have to say about Braylon?
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time.
That's what she said. Don't get mad at me. Oh man, you know it really is a blessing to be able to make it do what it do for other people. And you know, one of my inspirations is Michael Strahan. You know, he said he left Live with Kelly and Michael because he recognized that, listen, there's more eyeballs on Good Morning America than on Live. Live is an hour a day. GMA is 2 hours a day. So more exposure, more pockets of being able to go into different areas. But most of all, the reason why I'm proud of Michael Strahan is because that brother went from Texas Southern University and being a football star and evolving into one of the biggest media personalities. And he didn't fake it to get acceptance. He did the work. If you haven't seen his documentary episode series of I'm More Than an Athlete, it's on ESPN Plus. I believe it's on ESPN. When COVID happened, Michael Strahan went into the Times Square studio every day to make sure that Times Square crew got checks. The biggest personalities, the biggest stars, the ones that are the best people are not the ones who have the most training in the industry. It's people who actually give a fuck about people being kind to people. You understand? So, all right, my friend, please text me. Well, you don't have to text me when you land. You got somebody to text, but you know, let me know that you made it. Okay, all right. Love you very much, and we're gonna talk soon. Love you, my friend. See, you can't beat where you can't compare, child. And here's the gag. I don't have to have people behind the wall who are famous to tell me that I'm somebody. I do all my work outside because my work is great outside. You got to hide your work behind the wall. Maybe your work ain't that good. Oh, I ain't. Braylon, shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. Damn. Y'all, I'm being facetious. If anybody's got a membership and you're creating great content, I ain't talking about you. Good Lord. It's called freedom of speech, First Amendment. We all talk ish at this, that, and third. But I just want you to know, I'm the first person to be a uniter before being a divider. And if I gotta be a divider, it's usually after a long length of time. Something needs to be said. And I'm always the first one to call up the good before ever contributing to the toxicity at the bottom of the barrel. But then again, there might be some thirsty toxicity energy at the bottom of the barrel too. But maybe people consume thirsty toxicity water. I don't know. Maybe there might be a recall on some thirsty toxicity products that people have been putting in their bodies. I don't know. Oh my God. I will just leave this comment up here. And this one too. All right, y'all. I'm gone for real, for real. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love and send it right back to you. Bye, everybody. And by the way, second season, Hard Hustle Houston, it's happening. All right, love y'all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills, with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.
Good morning, TikTok. Can I have your attention, please? Good morning, TikTok. Can I have your attention, please? Girl, are you ticking? Are you talking? Because knowledge is knocking. Then I want to talk to you real quick about ignoring a bitch. Oh, there's power in turning the other cheek. Now, I'm going to tell you something. One thing about people that like to throw shade, you don't fight shade with shade. The only thing that overrides and destroys the shade is the sunlight. See, your light gotta be so bright that you keep that bitch where they belong. In the shadows, the dark. The bitch is invisible, and we don't see you, girl. See, you don't go back and forth with a person that's hating on you, because when you do that, you become just like them. A weak bitch. So the next time they mention your name in a status, or your name come up in a conversation, don't respond because you're too high to look that low. We can't go back and forth with people that we can't reach and that's not on our level. We not sitting at the same table eating the same meals.
Message.